Okay, I'm going to have my class make some sun and then the shadow that's going to cover up the sun during the eclipse. And I'm going to ask them different questions, and as they answer the question, they're going to be able to place their shadow on the sun and show kind of the progression of the eclipse. My first question is going to be, when does the eclipse occur? And they're going to answer August 21st, 2017. And then I'm going to put this up here. And I'm going to ask them, when does the eclipse occur in the U.S.? And it begins in Madras, Oregon, about 9:06 a.m. The student that answers that is going to be putting their shadow over the sun. My next question for the student is, what kind of stuff happens during the eclipse? And they're going to say daylight turns into twilight, and the temperature actually drops when this eclipse takes place. And that student's going to place their construction paper there. My next question is, what are some precautions we should take when we're viewing the eclipse? And hopefully they will answer, they should never look directly into the sun, even during an eclipse when it's dark outside. They have to have special viewing glasses for that. My next question, when the moon orbits the earth, how far away is it to create this phenomenon? And they should say 239,000 miles. So it just creates it just right, so it looks like the moon is actually covering up the sun. And what is the darkest shadow of the moon known as that we're going to be viewing? And they should say the umbra. My next question is, how long will the moon be completely covering the sun as we're viewing it? And they should say, for the most part, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. My next question is, how often does our total solar eclipse happen? The answer is 18 months. In this total solar eclipse here, it happens every 18 months. But why do we not see one every 18 months then? And they should say that's because the geometry of the sun, moon, and earth changes with every eclipse. And then my question to them is, what does that have to do with anything? And because the geometry of the sun, moon, and earth changes with every eclipse, the narrow path of the moon's shadow will wander to different places each time. Therefore, all parts of the world should have an opportunity at one time or another to view a total solar eclipse. So what exactly is an eclipse? It's when the moon's shadow falls on the earth. People on the ground see the sun obscured as the moon passes in front of it. And what are the different types of eclipses? They should say partial, total, annular, and hybrid. Here we see that we're starting to come back out of the eclipse now. And what happens during the total eclipse? And they should say the disk of the moon blocks out the last sliver of light from the sun, and the sun's atmosphere, the cornea, becomes visible. And when is the last time here in the U.S. that this eclipse should pass? And they should say 4:06 p.m. in Columbia, South Carolina. So we have went from the very beginning to the very end. And I will provide each one of the students with a CD, so all of their suns and shadows should be symmetrical. Thank you.